They're nice shoes.
Do you like his shoes? Yeah, they're really nice.
We'd found out when I was pregnant with Rupert that he had a hole in his heart. There were moments in the pregnancy where we were quite anxious about Rupert being born and what that might look like. But as soon as we saw him, all of the anxiety melted away. He had these massive, great big blue eyes, bright red hair, big chubby cheeks, and he just looked like the most bonny, healthy baby. For the first part of his life, we would never have known there was anything wrong with him. He started to smile and babble like any other baby. He was so happy. He loved his toys and he loved being here with us and his big brother. Rupert went for his planned heart surgery when he was 4 months old. During the operation on his heart, they noticed that he had a major abnormality with one of his heart valves. And despite further heart surgery over the course of a week and some amazing heart specialists looking after Rupert in hospital, we had to make, I think, the worst decision that any parent would have to make, and we had to end his life support.
We had chosen for Rupert to donate his organs. For this reason, we had to say goodbye to Rupert in a medical situation in the operating theatre.
He didn't look like our baby. He didn't have clothes on. You could barely see his skin for tubes and wires. I always thought we'd be leaving the hospital with Rupert to return for our life as family of 4 at home. It's a moment that I dreamt of since having Rupert, really, knowing that he had to have this surgery. So that night we left the hospital with Rupert's empty car seat and we had to leave his body there. That was the hardest day of my life. It was just shortly before Rupert died that we got the call from Chestnut Tree House. A counsellor who'd been supporting Sam and I on our journey in preparing for Rupert's heart surgery, he let me know that there was an option to bring Rupert back, and he'd made the call to the hospice to contact us. We got a phone call from the most lovely nurse at Chestnut Tree House to tell us that Rupert was on his way to them and that they'd got his room ready. And I just always asked for them to promise me that he'd never be in the dark. We went to the hospice first thing in the morning to see Rupert. There were 2 nurses who met us in the car park. They were really friendly and reassuring, and I told them how scared I was. And they just said to us, "He looks perfect." So they took us into the room where Rupert was, and the fairy lights were on. There was children's music playing. For the first time, after the nightmare that we'd lived through for that week, I felt truly peaceful and really calm. It was exactly as a parent where you'd want to have your child.
For other family members to be able to meet us and be there with us and spend time in the gardens was a lovely touch as well. Rupert has got a memorial stone in the memorial garden, which we like to go and visit when we get an opportunity to.
I very much feel that a part of Rupert is at the hospice, and that's really reassuring for us. Gilbert refers to Chestnut Tree House as the place that looked after Rupert, which I think is lovely. I love that we can take him somewhere that he'll associate with his baby brother. The hospice came at a time when we were at our lowest, and they took us under their wing and they nurtured us back to some kind of strength to be able to say goodbye to Rupert, dressed in his clothes, laying in a bed. I think that's life-changing for us.